Hello and welcome. Today, I'm excited to bring you the walkthrough guide of a limited sleeper cache. Limited sleeper caches is one of the three varieties of sleeper caches. It is the easiest one, and it is for the smallest ships. In fact, it is for frigates only. So, in order to scan one of these sites down, you're going to need about 95 scan strength, which isn't too much, and it is going to show up as a level 4 data signature. Here in game, I have found one of these, so we're going to go through it together. We're going to walk through it, and I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know to successfully do one of these sites. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. So here we are, the limited sleeper cache. We're going to warp down into it. And for the fit we are using here today, it is my patented buzzard fit. I have a whole video about this buzzard fit, which you can find in the description down below. And we are just going to be using the standard loadout for it, which is going to be for our standard relics and datas. So when you first land into the limited sleeper cache, you're going to be greeted by this foyer room. It's going to have a hyperflux generator here, and you're going to need to hack it, which you need to decloak your ship first. That's very helpful. And you're going to need to hack it. You are going to need a mix of data and relic analyzers here, and I highly recommend having an integrated analyzer if you are going to start doing the limited or any of the sleeper caches. So let's go ahead and target this and start hacking it. You do have 2 chances to hack this. However, if you fail on the first time, you only have about 30 seconds to successfully do it on the second time. And if you fail it again there, then the site will just disappear and you'll have to go find another one. But here we are successful, and on success, it is going to open up this wormhole strange rift. We can go ahead and right click that and activate the strange rift, which is going to bring us into the one and only main room of the limited sleeper cache. So the ransacked storage site. It looks like there's a bunch of gas clouds, and there's going to be some plasma chambers. I'll go ahead and tell you that these plasma chambers are mines. If you get too close to them in too big of a signature radius or too fast, they will explode. They might completely explode your ship depending on the EHP of your ship. I don't know exactly how much they do. I just avoid them, and I highly recommend you avoid them too. So how do we do this site? So glad you asked. First, we're going to look over to our right to this mangled storage depot can. This is kind of a freebie can. You just go to it, you hack it, you get whatever goodies are in it, and it's all hunky-dory. Also, what I should have said is as soon as you land into this main room, you're going to go ahead and make a bookmark.
You are forcing your Twitch viewers to watch an ad right now. So
looks like the Twitch viewers are getting an ad right now, but not the YouTubers, so all good. So you make a bookmark because if you need to warp out and warp back in, or if the site's gone, or if you explode, it's always good to have a bookmark to get back here. So now that we're close to this can, we're going to go ahead and hack it. And it doesn't matter if you fail this can as many times as you want. It's not going to explode. It's not going to go away. It's totally fine. There's a rule of 6 victory. If you're interested on like rules of 6 or hacking efficiency videos, I have some on the YouTube channel. I'll probably also link down in the description below for you. But we go ahead and open this cargo, and we get pretty much nothing. But I guess here's a good time to say is that the loot in this site is not really generally that great. I do highly recommend if you're actually running this to use a cargo scanner because we're in range of all of these cans to cargo scan them, see if it's actually worth running at all, and then only do the cans that are worth our while. But because I'm showing you guys how to do the site, I am just going to go through it all can by can, and that way you know how to handle each and every can. So the next thing we're going to be doing is that there's this remote pressure control unit, and this is going to be controlling this big orange gas cloud here. Once we hack this, it's going to give us about 2 to 3 minutes of this cloud not doing any damage. So in those 2 to 3 minutes after we hack this, we need to immediately go to this stinted storage depot and hack it, get all the goodies, and get out of that cloud. And I can go ahead and tell you that we are going to go to the mangled storage depot after that, And in fact, we are going to be going on the opposite side over here and not over here, because if we're over on the gas cloud side, there is a chance that when the gas comes back, we will take some more damage. So we're just going to play it safe and be on the safe side. All right, so let's go ahead and hack this remote pressure can. And a bunch of rule of 6 victory here again. And well, actually failed it. So it did a little bit of damage to us. That's okay. I just was not thinking about how much health I had. Let's go ahead and use that there. Where is the core? Come on now. It's being more difficult than I would like it. There we go. All right, now that it's stabilized, we can go to this can. And we can go ahead and use a prop of our micro warp drive or a pulse. But whenever you use your micro warp drive, do sure that you're not getting close to any of the eggs. We can go ahead and hack this. Or it could be right there, but it's not. And there's the core, and we're good to go. We can open this can. We got 7 million. Then we're going to go head to the other side of this mangled storage depot. So what you can do is go ahead and hold down Q, I think is default. And you're going to want to just double click on the other side. And then if you use Control D to open your tactical overlay, you can just see where your ship is going to be going. And I'm just not going to use my micro warp drive for here a little bit because these clouds or these cans are kind of close and I just don't want to risk it. Also, do be aware these green clouds also do damage, so you don't want to go inside or near them because they will start damaging your ship, and that's no good. All right, so now that we're on the other side, we can just approach this can, we can target it and hack it and get the goodies out of it. There's the core. Here's the loot. And we got 7 million out of that. Okay, and from here, we're going to go down to this remote defense grid now down here. What this remote defense grid does is if we look up here to this dented storage depot, I don't know why it's not showing, but there is an active force field generator right next to it. And if you just go to it without going to the defense grid unit that we're going to right now, it will activate a big bubble and you won't be able to get to this can. And so you will waste it. So before we go over there, we go down to the remote defense grid and we're going to hack the remote defense grid. Be aware, this is the most scary can and part of this site. If you fail this remote defense grid unit one time, the site is over. You need to get out of there because in about 30 seconds, there's going to be a huge explosion that will explode your ship. Don't be there if you fail this can once. You have plenty of time to warp out, so don't worry about that. Just either successfully hack this can, or if you don't, just warp out immediately after that. So let's go ahead and hack it. You can take your time on this. There we go. And now I'm going to go head up to the dented storage depot. And we are far enough away from these eggs that we can just use a pulse of our micro warp drive to get there quicker. No problem. All right, and then we can start hacking this can. And figure out the loot in here. And it looks like we get another 8 million ISK out of it. All right, from here, there is just this mangled storage depot can. It is kind of close to a egg. So what I like to do is turn my micro warp drive on so we get a little speed. Maybe do like 2 pulses of it. And then we can start turning back into it. From here. And now we just want to not get too fast or too close to the egg. But we can hack this. And get whatever is inside it. Just trying to brute force my way down here. And it looks like it paid off. We got a polarized heavy assault missile launcher. It is only 1 run, which isn't great. But you could get a larger run of those polarized missile launchers, and those sell pretty good. So now, again, we're just going to do the same thing we did with this can, with this last can over here. We're going to kind of go away from the site and then back into the site. And we're just double clicking in space. That way we're avoiding these gas clouds. And we can go ahead and keep it ranged there. Turn our micro warp drive off. Just so we're a little bit more agile. And this is going to be the last can of the site. And again, you can fail this can as many times as you want. Doesn't matter. And that is a rule of 6 victory to conclude the limited sleeper cache in the buzzard fit. And it looks like we got jack shit out of that last can. But that's all you got to do. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Hopefully now you feel ready and prepared to take care of it yourself. Go ahead and watch this video, which should probably be the buzzard fit video or whatever video I think you should watch. And if you've already watched that, watch whatever YouTube thinks you should watch here. Fly interestingly and have a great time exploring. And I didn't think I said it before, but you can make hundreds of millions of ISK in a single can in one of these sites. So even though a lot of times they're not really worth doing, they are worth checking out and giving a good old cargo scan on all the cans and seeing what is worth your time to do, because it could be just right at the beginning of the site, hundreds of millions of ISK in blue loot, which sells to NPCs. So it's good shit there. All right. See you later.